little harder, stack those sats, don't stack the dollar. Right then, we're back again on the Uber delivery. This time I'm doing a morning shift, so it's 8:52 a.m. I'm gonna go out and try the breakfast shift. I've not done that before, I've not been out this early, but as far as I've heard from other Uber drivers, it can be quite busy, and a lot of other drivers don't bother coming out this early, so could be good, could be bad, I don't know, we'll see. At the end of the shift, everything that I earn, I'm gonna take out of my Uber Eats account. I'm gonna withdraw directly into my Strike account. I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin with it straight away, and then as soon as I've bought that Bitcoin, I'm gonna transfer that over into my Bitbox hardware wallet, keep those coins offline. So we'll see how we get on. Right, that was actually super quick. I was the only order in there. Now I've learnt my lesson. Drinks, I always have them tucked away on the floor now, because I've spilt far too many drinks in the bag. They just tip over in the bag and it's chaos. This one is 3 minutes away, 1 mile. Super easy. Ah, the drink's gone. The drink has gone. And that was chaos. The drink has, oh my gosh. The drink has officially spilled on the floor. In the bag. In the paper thin bag. Okay. I need a new solution for this, I think. Right, the new technique for drinks. I'm gonna have the food on the floor and the drinks on the seat, and I'm maybe gonna put the seat back a bit. So you got that little angle there. At the minute, it's just coffee mugs. You can tell I drink a lot of coffee. So that was a £3.42 delivery. Right, the next one has just come in. We're going back to Mackey's for a Mackey's breakfast. It's 9:37 a.m. Now, a few people have been asking where I buy Bitcoin from. Now, at the minute, I use Strike, S-T-R-I-K-E, which is an app you can get on your iPhone. It's Jack Mallers' company, basically. Now, I've used a few different places. I've used Coinbase, I've used Kraken, but Strike is the easiest one that I've used so far. I'm not affiliated with them, I don't get anything for saying that, but they are super simple. I've had issues with Coinbase and Kraken in as much as you have to answer about 1 million questions and go through the whole rigmarole of even buying the coins in the first place. Then if you want to withdraw your own coins, sometimes you have to go, you know, you can't even withdraw your own coins. You have to validate it with another email and blah, blah, blah. It's just, the whole thing is a headache. So I'm avoiding Coinbase. And also I read the other day that Coinbase had some kind of like info leak where, because you've got to give KYC to Coinbase, which is basically know your customer, i.e. all of your details, your name, your address, national security number, whatever it's called, national insurance number, that all that stuff got leaked, you know, and I get emails from Coinbase, from fake Coinbases all the time now saying, oh, you need to give us your login, you need to give us your details, blah, blah, blah. Basically like phishing scams. So I've abandoned Coinbase now. I've completely fallen out with them. Strike, you still have to put in KYC details. You still have to put your name and your address and, you know, whatnot. But it has been super easy for me to use. You know, easy sign up, easy purchase, and I've never had any issues taking off the coins from the exchange into cold storage. Right, new tactic. That's the drink. That's the munch. So I'm going to have a drink. Sat there, food there. See how we get on with that one. 1 mile away, 4 minutes. So yeah, I was talking about Strike. Yeah, I like Strike because if you set up a DCA, so basically a standing order into your Strike account, then there's 0 fees. So typically on a purchase, you might get 1 or 2% fees for just a one-off purchase. But for Strike, if you set up a DCA, 0%. So if you're looking to make even like £1 a day DCA, or £10 a week, £100 a week, whatever you want, if it's a standing order, no fees whatsoever. So that can be quite good. Another thing I like about Strike is that if you're prepared to wait for a slow transaction to be confirmed, when you withdraw your coins from the exchange to your hardware wallet, it's free. If you want it speedily, you know, if you want it in 20 minutes or whatever, then yeah, you have to pay a standard amount of fees. But if you're prepared to wait up to 24 hours, which is what I do, it's completely free. So if you're looking for cheap, easy Bitcoin purchases, you could essentially set up a standing order for the same amount each week or each month or whatever, with no fees, and then you can withdraw that Bitcoin from the exchange to your hardware wallet if you're prepared to wait 24 hours for free. So completely free purchases, which you don't get on any of the other exchanges as far as I know. So that's why I like using Strike. I'm not affiliated with them, I don't get anything for saying that, I just like it. And that's where I buy my Bitcoin from at the minute. Now there is the whole debate of KYC, non-KYC as well. Now, KYC is basically know your customer. So at the minute, a lot of the major exchanges in the UK, they're required by the establishment to collect this information. So basically, if you buy Bitcoin from Strike, Coinbase, Kraken, etc., the establishment will have your info. So you're prone to data leaks, that kind of thing, which has happened with Coinbase, and also government knows how much you've got. So for some people that might be an issue, in which case you could look at buying your Bitcoin from a non-KYC exchange, which would basically be directly peer-to-peer. And there's a number that I've heard of, I've never used, but there are some exchanges like RoboSats, HODL, BISC, which are non-KYC exchanges. So you don't need to put any of your info in. You can buy it directly peer-to-peer, so nobody will know you have that. So it depends what your vibe is. You know, if you don't mind certain institutions having your info and your data, then yeah, why not buy from one of the big exchanges? It's easier. If you're a beginner, why not? If you value privacy a little bit more, maybe a little bit more tech savvy, then yeah, buy from maybe a non-KYC exchange. It's up to you. Number 62. Where are you? Done and dusted. That was a £4.37 trip, which takes the total up to £7.79. Next one's coming. We're going back again to Mackey's. Oh, double. Lincolnshire Co-op. We'll add the co-op. So we're going to Mackey's for a £4 something or other. Then we're going to Co-op for a £3.29. So this is going to be a £7.50 double. First pickup McDonald's, second pickup Co-op. There's just been a big sewage truck go past.
Turn left, then
and on the front it had the slogan, "The last link in the food chain." That was quite funny, I thought. Oakley Dokley, LFG. Drinks on the seat, munch in here. There we go. Now we're off to Co-op. 3 minutes away. Well, the weather is disgraceful today. I don't know why, but I've got that Carpenter song in my head. And I'm not sure if I can whistle it or I'll ding the copyright on YouTube. So I'll just keep... Oh, it's busy at Co-op. Very busy. Queuing to get in. Queuing to get into Co-op. Oh, it's crazy. I know where to park. Shall I park in the disabled? No, that is not a good idea. Come on then, brother. Oh, he's going to take that space. You bugger. You bugger. How is Co-op this busy? Right, I'm in, but I can't get out. Wow. Yep, that was easy enough. First drop off, 4 minutes away, 1.2 miles. There was another Yaris coming in. We like the Yaris drivers. Right, after I've done this double drop off, I'm craving a sip of my coffee. Turn left on filling and close, then drop off. Co-op drop off, 5 minutes away, 1.8 miles. Right, we've got a double Mackey's picked up. I think it's a double Mackey's. Yeah, it's a double Mackey's. First, I'm going to need this quick caffeine kick though, so a little sip of coffee first. Scalding hot. It's literally scalding hot. But I want it. Right, I've just given my throat 3rd degree burns, but I wanted a sip of coffee. Now we're heading back to McDonald's. Now I've had quite a few people as well ask me how do I store my Bitcoin, and there seems to be loads of different ways to do it. Everybody I ask has a different method. It might be on the exchange, which is kind of stupid because you're not in control of your own keys there, your own coins. You can have some hardware wallets, you can have cold storage methods, that kind of thing. I use a hardware wallet, and at the minute I use Bitbox, the Bitcoin only edition, which is called the O2 Nova. I was using Ledger Live, which seems to be just the bog standard hardware wallet that people use as entry level. but I fell out with them a little bit because the one I was using, which was the Ledger Nano S, they basically discontinued, which means that they are no longer going to be updating the firmware or, you know, offering new security updates, which, if you want long-term secure storage of your Bitcoin, obviously that's no good. You know. So yeah, I fell out with them. I'm now using Bitbox, which is a lot better in my opinion because it's Bitcoin only, so there's no need to constantly update your, you know, firmware with various new altcoins, meme coins, etc. that that you're going to be stacking. You know, if you're Bitcoin only, then you want a Bitcoin only wallet, which makes sense. It's also open source, which means there's no company like Ledger, who are obviously a business wanting to make profit. There's no company that can say, well, you know, we've got this new wallet now, so we're going to discontinue the old one. You know, just like Apple does. Well, we've got this phone, but we want to sell you this new one, so we're going to discontinue the old one, make it rubbish, so you buy the new one. You know, it's open source software, Swiss made. So for me, for long-term offline storage of Bitcoin, it is the best option. Now, I am actually affiliated with Bitbox, unlike Strike. So if you're interested in a hardware wallet, keeping your coins yourself, use the link in the description, you get 5% off. So there we go. It's not much, but probably cover postage or something like that. Oh, I'm not going to fit it in there. I'm going to go here.
On your Jack Jones. The thing is that when you're on your own in the office, you do what you want. You know what I mean?
What would you be doing if we went
Not working. Absolutely not working. Jane, why don't you just descale the kettle or something like that? You know what I mean?
Really long lunch break today.
Exactly.
Really long.
Jane's on her own in the office. Yeah. She's on the search engines. She's looking for a brand new outfit for the weekend. Forget work, Jane. If your boss can't be bothered turning up, unless you are the boss, Jane, then why should you? This is not a great example of how to keep Great Britain motivated in the workspace. I apologise. Well, you know, we're naturally an island of grafters. Do you know what I mean? Historically, we graft. That's what we do. But every now and again, we like a cheeky 5 minutes to ourselves.
Oh, another one has just come in. £5 Mackies. Why not? Now, one thing I do like about Uber when it works is if you've delivered some food, let's say you've driven 2 miles out, you've just got paid to deliver it 2 miles out. If you accept an order, like I've just done, 2 miles out, you then get paid for the return journey back to the restaurant. So you get paid for the return journey, the pickup, and then the new delivery. So this is a pretty simple, it's about 1.2 mile delivery once I've got it. So it should only be about a £3 order if I was sat in McDonald's car park. Because I picked it up down here, they add a few extra miles on, so it's £5 something. So for me, I was driving back this way anyway, so it's better to wait there, pick up an order, and then get paid for the return journey. It's a little hack there, a little life hack, a little Uber Eats hack. Right, done. That last trip was £5.04, which takes the earnings up to £26.48. So I've been going for just over 2 hours, £26.48. Not bad, really. Not bad for a morning shift. And I'm hoping to pick one more up and be home by 12 because I want to go to the gym. Right. The next order's just come in. This will be the last one of the morning. It's another double Mackies. It seems to be just be pure Mackies this morning. But yeah, it's going to be £6 something or other. Inner city double, easy. So this time of the day, it seems to literally just be Mackies, although Morrison's is open. I think I did one co-op order. Greg's is usually busy around lunchtime, but I haven't had any Greg's. KFC's not open yet. Prezzo's not open yet, so to be expected, a morning of Mackies. Well, this has turned into a single rather than double because when I got in there, they hadn't even received the order for some reason. So I just cancelled that one because I ain't got all day. I'm just going to do a single. So this is 3 minutes away, and then we are done and dusted for the morning. Right, so that last order was £4.97, which takes the total orders for today to £31.45, and it's 11:40 AM. So started at 9, so 2 hours 45-ish, 31 quid. That's not bad, not too bad at all. So, let me just have a look. 8 trips, 2 hours and 6 minutes of actual driving time, 0 tips, and 8 points within the app. So I'm going to instantly cash this out now, £31.45. And I'm going to send that money over to my Strike account. And I'm going to buy £31.45 worth of Bitcoin. Now I've got the money on my Strike account. £31.45 is going to be 36,044 sats. Confirm. I'm going to buy that. Thank you very much. And that's done and dusted. When I get home, I'm going to whack it into my Bitbox hardware wallet. Keep it offline. That's it. Job's a good one. Now I'm going to go home, drink some more coffee, and then go to the gym. Job's a good one. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt, etc. See you later.
Buy a little lower, try a little harder, stack those sats, don't stack the dollar.